I think we are.
Okay, well, hold on. In your Streamlabs, does it say stop being live or whatever down in the bottom right
It
corner?
says end stream.
Yeah, that means we're live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it set on scene one?
Mm-hmm.
The intro? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Pops up here. I haven't got any alerts yet.
I believe it's showing up on mine. I think so. And I don't have our mics muted, so everybody can hear this.
Yeah, it's not popping up for me. But on your end, it says stop end stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it says live. Yep. I'm at a minute 22. Oh. I see the ticker now.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I can hear us talking, but there's no music.
Nope.
Okay, so I can hear us talking, but there's
no. Oh, yeah. Wow. I heard that.
So I just muted it. So, yeah, we're live.
Okay.
So you can just put it on the regular camera if you want.
But the music never played.
No, the music never played. I'd have to look at your screen, figure out what the hell you didn't do right. So.
Oh my God! So it's me.
Well, obviously it's you.
Whatevs, yo. All right, so I'm going back to editor then. Okay. So now we'll transition over. Now do you see us?
Yeah, I see us.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blazing Defender Report. Obviously, I don't have to tell you, but this is my debut on Twitch because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And my expert crack tech team, they don't know what the fuck's going on either. And that's one of the guys to the left of me right there.
All my resources are working, so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but welcome to the stream, guys. I'm really glad to be on Twitch. My first time. I'm usually on Facebook. I have a Facebook Live show as well, and I just thought Twitch would be a good time, and it seems like it already is. And we just have been gone live for 3 minutes now, so it's already fun. What can I say? So, guys, I want to introduce someone. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a host of the Botched podcast. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Dennis Robinson, everybody. Welcome, Dennis. Thank you for being on the report.
It's Dennis Richardson, actually.
I've got your name spelled wrong.
I'm sure you do. But so before we get started, I have to say thank you for having me on. But it's really freaking hot in this room, so hold on 1 second.
Oh shit. Oh, look at that guy. Man, you look good now, buddy.
I look good. I look a little bit better.
Yes, you look fucking awesome right now.
Yeah, so
good for you.
Got both a short and a long sleeve shirt in the mail. So
nice, buddy.
Didn't want to tell you till I,
that was a surprise, right?
Yeah, that's a surprise for
fucking
you.
Awesome. Looks good, dude. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
it.
it.
I did not know that there was apparently the soft cotton option. Otherwise, I probably would have went with that one.
Dude, that's what I told people to do. You should pay up for the softer
I saw you
cotton.
say that yesterday. I bought this days ago. So
for you guys that are going to watch on Twitch eventually, we have a merch store at TeePublic, the Giant Size Team Up Network, and if you buy any of the shirts, it behooves you to just pay a few more dollars to get the Tri-Blend, the softer cotton t-shirt. It's like $2 or $3 more, but it's a much, much softer blend t-shirt. Now the regular shirts are fine too, because I have some of them as well. But yeah, the softer one just fits so nice.
Well,
I mean,
Mike Woodard, your producer of your show, The Blazing Report, he said that's the only shirt of the networks that he wears because it is the nicest feeling. So
yeah. See,
yeah. So
told you.
I don't even know about this cotton stuff. I put a picture on a t-shirt and say, please buy it so I can eat. That's all I put on there.
I don't. Nice.
And by eat, I mean drink, so we can drink.
Of course. Of course, that's what you mean. All
For
right.
Loke.
I'm trying to figure out the chat here.
Kurt, yes, it is about time. Thanks for all of your not help at all.
So Kurt's in.
Yeah, Kurt's in, as is DFEHRE23.
Where do you see that shit at?
I pulled up the actual. Well, I told you to have the dashboard of Twitch open so you can see what's going on. I don't know if you
talk
do.
to me like it, Dennis.
I pulled up the actual. Well, I told you to have the dashboard. I just have Twitch open on another monitor. I don't know if you do.
There we go. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I just muted it that way.
There we go. Can you still hear me?
Charles sure changed since last night. He did. He got really ripped, Nicole. By the way, Travis, in the chat, we have Nicole. She's a moderator for most of the shows on the network. And big fan. By the way, Travis, in the chat, we have Nicole. She's a moderator for most of the shows on the network. Also hit mute because I can hear myself talking through your screen.
Yeah, we're getting double audio here. I'm just trying to figure it out. All right.
If you have the Twitch stream open, you can just hit mute. Like if you have the actual Twitch page open, you can hit mute on the video and then it won't make noise anymore. If you have the Twitch stream open, you can
let's do that.
Like the
mute. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Sounds good. All right, we figured that out at least. No thanks to fucking Kurt Bootwin.
Well, he just did hit. He just said mute.
Oh shit, he did. Fuck. All right, thanks, Kurt.
Hey,
so tell me about this moderator, Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole. So she's pre-med in Austria. Yeah,
they have doctors in Austria.
Apparently.
Nice.
But she tends to drink a little bit too much. And that's how she found all of our channels. So she's the moderator. So what she does is she basically kicks people out, mutes them, makes people, shut the hell up, that sort of thing. So you don't have to do it yourself. Somebody else does your work for you. It's pretty nice.
So she's awesome to know, right?
Yeah.
Fucking all right. Okay, Nicole. Well, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a little bit different show than what I usually do on my Facebook show. I usually go through TV and movie news, and then we talk about comic books, like comic books for the week. I do the reviews. I'll tell you what's worth buying, what's worth checking out. I actually gave Dennis a couple to read. I think Dennis was pretty happy with the couple that I recommended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good shit out there, and I just feel like people don't get to the comic shops. People love the movies, they love the TV shows, and they're really missing out on what could really be something that they would be into by just not going to your local comic shop and just checking out what they have. So that's kind of what my show does. I want to get people excited enough to go and read comics and all that. But with this show on Twitch, since my show's kind of like a weekly thing where I just kind of compile content for the week. Now on Twitch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some guest hosts on. I'm going to have a lot of people on from the network doing the show with me. A lot of reason Dennis is here. And we're just going to nerd out, man. We're just going to talk about some of the shit we like. And I hope you guys like it too. So, yeah, Kurt, I see that you say that we're both delayed a little. I don't know what. I think it's a latency issue. I don't know if it's anything on our end that we can change. Dennis, you want to weigh in on that?
I have absolutely no idea. Kurt would know better than I do in terms of trying to get that figured out. But
okay.
But this is the first run. It's a trial.
Yep, it's
all
a
that
trial.
Jazz. It's for trying to work the bugs out anyways. So
okay. All right. So what have you been doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I do this show. You probably haven't heard of it, Travis, but I do the show. It's called Botched Podcast.
Wow.
They botched a D&D podcast.
A D&D podcast?
Yeah, we get drunk and we play Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow.
Yeah.
With like loose morals?
Oh, very loose morals. A lot of murder and some other questionable things.
Murder and loose morals and boobs.
Yeah. They're a bunch of murder hobos. Yeah, there's boobs, but usually not the way that you'd like usually on monsters that are trying to do bad things to you.
Okay.
Make things a little weird. But so we are actually about to start recording our 4th season on Tuesday. And I've been doing all the prep for that because this is the first season I'm actually allowed to write. I am the world's most okayest DM, after all. So I'm in charge of the story and all that stuff. So for 3 seasons, I've been doing other people's stories. So now I actually get to write my own story. And this one is not a typical D&D universe. It is going to be a 1932 Lovecraftian New York kind of thing.
Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
Explain.
Do you know who Lovecraft is?
No.
Okay. Have you heard of Cthulhu?
No.
You've never heard of Cthulhu? Are you fucking living under a rock?
I don't even know if I can't even pronounce that. So no, I haven't heard of that.
Okay.
H.P. Lovecraft. No, I've heard of that. Thank you, Nicole.
What? It's the same
Maybe
thing.
I need Nicole on the fucking show.
Just took the HP off of it.
Well, you don't need to do that with me. I need it all spelled out. I need fucking anagrams and letters and
okay.
I need
I'll
all of
include
it.
charts and graphs next time.
Okay, so H.P. Lovecraft. I got it. I'm with you now.
So that sort of vein, or like horror, psychological trauma, all that jazz.
Okay. Well, psychological trauma. I've watched your all show, so you all have that covered.
Oh yeah, in spades. In spades.
I'll be honest, guys. Like watching their panel at Dragon Con, it was a lot of fun. And when I say psychological trauma, I mean that in a good way. I'm not the guy that got hit in the head 3 times with a flying goose. Swan?
It was a seagull.
It was a seagull. Oh, my bad.
A seagull filled with water beads. Okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't that cat, but no. Yes.
Hey, he subscribed to our show for 1 month for $20. So
was he only 1 month?
Just 1 month. He said he didn't have the funds to keep doing it.
Oh, that's understandable.
He bought a T-shirt too. So
no worries. That's
whatever.
Awesome.
At least he wasn't the person that Phil hit in the face with a bottle.
Oh, fuck,
or arm.
I remember that.
Arm, that's what it was, yeah Shannon, who's in the chat, knows all about that as well because she brought that person. So thanks for that, Shannon.
Oh, did Shannon bring them?
Oh, yeah, it's her brother's girlfriend. So, yeah. Wouldn't have been there if not for her. So we almost got kicked out of DragCon.
Well, lucky them, right?
Yeah, lucky them.
Yeah,
well, we had to stop Phil from lighting that glass bottle on fire because he said it was going to be a Molotov. So he literally tried to light it on fire in the hotel. We stopped that, but we didn't realize he was going to then just throw it at Charles and miss horribly.
Do you know the one memory I have of Phil when you said Phil's name at Dragon Con?
Is it Randy?
No.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
It's like 2 a.m.
Yep, that one.
He wakes me up. I'm in bed. He like on the floor, living like a fucking college student again. He wakes me up and says, "Hey, Trav." Yeah, Phil, what's up? Do you have a cigar? You know I have cigars, Phil. Do you want to smoke one? And I'm like, sure, Phil, let me get up and get it. So fucking 2:30 in the morning, we're out back on the balcony fucking smoking cigars. I think we all had to be up at like 9. Jesus Christ. Dragon Con took years off my... It was like Mardi Gras, like back in my 20s.
Well, this year around, Travis, when we send out the survey that says, what are your minimum sleeping requirements, you can put bed or couch instead of air mattresses just fine.
Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah.
It's totally not.
It sucks.
I'm way too old to fucking party like that or sleep like that or live like that. I'm just fucking too old. I'm too accustomed to different shit, and I just can't fucking do it.
Well, not to mention,
though. It was fun.
Well, yeah, no, it was a great time, but not to mention that you were doing the air mattress in the living room, which is 5 feet from where the drunkies are the whole night.
5 feet.
Because Paul and Phil and all those guys, they were in the dining room the whole time. They wouldn't go to sleep till 5 or 6 every single night.
Nope, they wouldn't. But I was, I was so dead tired. I was just I was done. Like, I mean, like, I'm really surprised Phil even got me up. Like, I'm a light sleeper, but like, I was so fucking tired. I didn't when I got to sleep, they didn't wake me up anymore, which I was glad for. Yeah. But no, Dragon Con's a great time. If you guys have never been, you should definitely try to get down there. And if you do, come say hi to us. So we're down the podcasting track. I guess we'll be down in the Hyatt. The basement of the Hyatt.
Is that what it was? No, I think it wasn't it the Hilton?
Could be.
I thought it was the Hilton. By the way, not to interrupt, but Onalicious in the chat asked, "Why is Travis labeled Charles? Why is he labeled Charles McFall?" That's because we're doing Zoom and we're using Charles McFall's Zoom. So because Charles hosted it, it's just got his name as. Since Travis hosted it, it's got his name as Charles McFall.
So where does it? I wonder where it says that at, because I don't see Charles McFall anywhere on my shit.
So if you have Zoom open, bottom left corner of our pictures, it has our names. Mine says Dennis Robinson, and yours says Charles McFall.
Oh my God, it does.
That's why they were like, "Wow, Charles looks a lot better since last."
Jeez. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely not that cat. So
you got a lot shorter and a lot less hair. So
yes. Oh, let me get this back. Oh no, what I do? Oh my God.
There we go.
Are we back?
It's a little. It gets a little laggy here. It's paused. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Oh, video's frozen.
Motherfucker. Hold on.
There we go. Now it's back.
Okay, it's back. All right, it's back. All right, okay. Crisis averted.
All right.
All right. So enough of the shit y'all don't care about. I mean, there was plenty of that, right?
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun. But now me and Dennis are going to talk about some things. So Dennis, I know you're a big, since you're the world's okayest DM.
Most okayest
DM.
Don't get it twisted.
No, God forbid. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, nice. Okay, so have you seen the trailer for the new season coming up?
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, there's I was just Googling some shit last night, and it seems like one of my favorite characters in Thrones, which my wife fucking hates this character, which makes me love him more, is Jaime Lannister. Fucking love Jaime Lannister. I love Jaime Lannister's character transformation from episode 1 when he fucking pushed Bran out of a building to where he's at now.
Oh, so yeah. I was the same way, by the way. I hated Jaime to start.
Oh, see, I never did.
I fucking hated that character. But then when they got to the Brienne Tarth sort of arc, like when he was traveling with Brienne, I really and they had the not a hot tub scene, but whatever, it's a hot tub. The hot tub scene where he's he has that whole monologue or whatever. I really sort of changed on him.
Yes.
But then the one thing that sort of gave me pause was when he banged his sister next to his son's dead corpse, like kind of raped her in that room. I was like, that's kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then, other than that, I thought he was great after the hot tub scene. But
yeah,
so that's that one hiccup that I was always like, why does he keep going back to that stupid chick? Like, Cersei's a crazy woman. Yeah, I mean, I date a lot of crazy women, but still, jeez.
Odalicious said he went medieval on that ass.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I love his, because okay, let's just be honest. We're all fucked up in some way. I'm not saying we've went Lannister fucked up, but we've all fucked up. And we, every day you just try to get a little better, right? And that's Jaime. And Jaime, other than probably Arya, he has the biggest, I think, character transformation arc of anybody.
Sansa. She goes from innocent, whatever flower to scheming, kind of murdery.
Yeah, she definitely became stronger because of her experiences with Joffrey, right? I think that would fucking do anybody in, and she came
Boltons
out on top. What's that?
The Boltons too.
Right. Oh yeah. Ramsay, yeah, that was fucking terrible. But still from where she was at, I mean, that's what made Games of Thrones so fucking awesome, right? Is because of the character development, everybody. But what I thought was really interesting in these new promo shots, and I thought I had one pulled up, but I do not. In the new promo pic with Jaime, okay, it's got little pictures of everybody, right? Jaime's in this dark brown armor, and somebody on Reddit put a picture of that up next to the snow that got killed.
I can't remember his name either. The brother who died at the Red Wedding.
Yes. Somebody in the chat will help us out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
John's brother. Oh, God. Well, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. It's almost the exact same armor.
Yeah, I saw the picture you were talking about. It does look pretty much spot on the same. I don't know if it'll end up being the same or if that's just some typical armor that's worn by like the higher ups or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it'd be really interesting if it was Rob Snow. Rob Stark. If it was Rob Stark's armor. Because, I mean, I don't know. I just think that would be fucking cool. And, the last season left off with him basically saying, fuck you, Cersei. We told him we were going to help him. And you're trying to hold on to a kingdom with the few Lannisters that are fucking left. Fuck that. Like he's honor bound. And I fucking love that. I mean, I know he pushed the kid out of a fucking tower, but,
Hey, it worked out for the kid in the end.
It worked out for the kid in the end.
He's got superpowers.
He's super powered now.
Yeah.
If he had his legs, they wouldn't have gave him that shit.
That's right.
So I'm so fucking hyped for the season, though. Like, did you read the books?
No, not that reading the books would have helped you for the season anyways, because they haven't.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. But like, and trust me, like R.R. Martin to me, he's wordy. He's so fucking wordy. Like, I'm not saying he can't craft a story. I'm just saying I don't need to know the depth of the meals that they eat with like blood sausages and all this other shit that he describes in detail for like 6 pages. I don't even know that shit.
Well, that's like Tolkien. Tolkien does that with like every tree.
Yes.
Every tree you see. Let's spend like 8 chapters talking about a doesn't even matter tree. And I'm like, I get it. It's pretty. Can we move on? I have a low attention span.
Yeah, please let's move on. Let's get to some shit. Especially the Tolkien's same way. It's so thick and voluminous. I mean, it like takes you so long to get fucking through it. But I feel like now R.R. Martin, I don't know how you feel about this. I feel like now R.R. Martin has big shoes to fill. Whereas before it could have been the other way around. HBO would have had big shoes. But since he's drug his ass and not finished his fucking story, he's going to let HBO finish it.
I see it as a different way.
Okay.
I see it because he told HBO what his story was going to be. HBO didn't just write it on their own. Like, he basically told them how it was going to end because they were worried he might die before, they got to that point.
Sure.
So if the HBO show is the story he was going to write and tell anyways, maybe he's just like, you guys already got it. I don't need to write this book. I'll do something else. Because he just keeps working on other things. He hasn't really even announced that has he even talked about the fact that he's working on a current book right now that's like Game of Thrones? I haven't heard anything.
Right.
So he might just let HBO do it for him and then be like, that's how it's finished. Like, read these books and then watch the show and then you're good to go.
Yeah, I just, because they took liberties. So you wonder what the liberties are going to be, right? In his finished product as opposed to the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the liberties that were taken, I thought were in the best interest of a show, right? Kept it more fast paced and everything.
Yeah, you can't keep everything that's in a book like that.
Kurt says the wild cards is coming too. What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
What are you talking about, Kurt?
But Onalicious is right. George R.R. Martin is at the strip club dropping bills. So
fuck yeah, and he got tons of bills to drop. Yeah. I think he's got his own strip club now. Yeah. Like, he don't even go to like a regular one. These guys.
Dude, he could have a Game of Thrones themed strip club.
Oh, the anthology. I didn't realize it was called Wild Cards. Okay. I did not know that. Yeah, I knew he was working on something like that. I just didn't know what it was called. All right. And is that coming to HBO, Kurt? Is it coming to HBO or is it just going to be in book volume? Damn. 12 volumes.
That's a lot.
Motherfucker can write, dude. Well, when he wants to.
Yeah. Well, right now he's so popular. Like, he's constantly doing like interviews and traveling. And
he's at the cons. He does a lot of con shit.
He doesn't have to write. He has lots of other shit to do. And he's getting paid for all that stuff too. So it's like, when's he going to, like, he would just probably stress himself out if he tried to write on top of all that bullshit.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman. Yeah, I like Neil Gaiman's shit too, Jason. Like, I love American Gods. That's Neil Gaiman, right? American Gods? Yeah. I'm fucking pumped for that to come back. Like, where's that been at? I feel like it's been gone for like fucking 2 years.
Well, I feel kind of bad because after I watched the first season, I was so curious about what happens that I went and read basically the synopsis of what happens after that. And I was like, shit. I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Wow. Okay.
But actually, it's funny that you bring up Neil Gaiman, because have you seen any of the masterclass ads that are on Facebook floating around or
No.
YouTube?
Uh-uh.
So there's certain professionals, cooking, poker players, whatever, they do these classes called master classes.
Yeah.
And it's like $90 for one class, and you get a bunch of like video lessons from certain people. And Neil Gaiman has one on writing, and I'm tempted to buy it. Because also you can submit work and he can review it possibly. But he also gives you like projects to work on and things like that. So I thought it might be cool to do, but I haven't seen any reviews on it yet. So I'm kind of waiting to see, because some of them are more useful than others are.
So you're gonna pay Neil Gaiman to give you homework?
Pretty much, yeah.
That would be awesome.
If I go that route, yeah.
Dude, fuck, I want to do that just to fucking get homework from Neil Gaiman, just to say, dude, I can't go out tonight. I've got homework from Neil Gaiman. They're gonna go, who the fuck?
Yeah, who the fuck's Neil Gaiman?
Neil Gaiman? What, is he gay? Like, that's what my fucking friends would say.
Wait,
like, they're fucking stupid. Apparently. So we were talking about this earlier. You don't watch Deadly Class.
No, I don't have sci-fi, so I'd have to figure out a way to steal it like I do with Preacher.
Like, I thought sci-fi was fucking on like regular TV. It's not.
I don't have regular TV. I don't have TV.
What do you have?
Nothing. If I want to watch a show, I go on the internet. I find it.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. What, you have like Fire Stick or something?
No, I'm illegal. As in, like, I go and find it on the internet. Somebody posted it illegally, and I watch it.
Okay.
Because
Fire Stick's kind of like that too. Like, you know, there's an app called Terrarium that I use on the Fire Stick, and it's basically people upload streams, right?
Yeah.
To every TV show, every movie you could ever want. And because I'm watching Ray Donovan on it now. Like, we probably shouldn't be saying this shit live, but I mean, I bought Showtime for fucking years
watching, so don't worry.
for Ray Donovan. And Ray Donovan's like one of my fucking favorite shows. I mean, to tell me you can make a show like they have with Ray Donovan about a character like Ray Donovan, I've been like, yeah, it's not going to fly. And it's literally one of the best written shows on fucking TV. I mean, it's so good. And it has to be because, you know, he's nobody special, really. You know what I mean? And he doesn't even really talk a lot, which makes it even better because.
Well, Liev Schreiber's freaking awesome. Like,
who?
Liev Schreiber. Isn't that who plays Ray Donovan?
Yeah. Liev Schreiber. Yes. I mean, is he awesome? What else has he done? The only thing I could ever think he was in other than Ray Donovan was Scream.
Manchurian Candidate, Wolverine Origins, which makes me sad.
Yeah, Wolverine. He was a good Sabretooth.
There's a bunch of other things he's in. I mean, I don't have his freaking IMDb like memorized off the top of my head, but he's been in a lot of things. But Manchurian Candidate, I definitely remember as being like really good.
Yeah, you know, I actually forgot about that. Like he was on in the Manchurian Candidate. You know what? I might have to rewatch that because I'm a big fan of his. Like, I mean, what he does with Ray is, you know, it's fucking phenomenal. So, but I didn't know if it was just like, you know how some actors just hit that one character and they're like, oh my God. And then you never really see them in anything else, but that one character just really suited that person. I feel like that's Ray. Yeah, I keep talking about stealing media. I know, right? That's not real smart. All right. Well, I was talking about Deadly Class, which I have DirecTV, so I'm perfectly legal in watching. Rick Remender, it's one of my favorite comic books on the shelves. It's fucking amazing. I fell in love with it a while back. I'm a big Rick Remender fan, but if you don't know, Deadly Class is basically it's 90210, but put that in an academy for assassins where all your cliques are real, all your, you know, you got your jocks, your preps, your legacies, your nerds, your goth, your
Take
rats.
the John Wick universe and put it in 90210 high school.
Basically. There you go. Yes. Okay. It's fucking phenomenal. And the Russo brothers, which did Infinity War, Winter Soldier, Civil War, they're doing Endgame. they are huge fans of the story, and they're basically the reason that it got made on Sci-Fi, and they're also the executive producers. So they're not going to be a part of anything that's not just fucking amazing. And it's just so fucking good. I watched the newest episode this morning, and I was just like, oh, my God. Like, it was, you remember The Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
It was The Breakfast Club, but in deadly class. Like, they even went so far as stealing scenes where they're playing with the chewing gum and blowing the bubbles and laying down on top of the bookshelves in the library. I mean, young kids won't get it. Like Shannon and probably Nicole, y'all won't get it because you've probably never seen Breakfast Club. But you should go watch it because it's really good. And I'm telling you, this episode today, it's going to be hard to beat this episode. It was really, really good. But then, like, assassins show up to kill one of the students and fucking goes to hell in a handbasket, which it's deadly class, right? Oh, Nicole, so you do. It's not a slight. I just figured you guys were young and didn't have never seen it. It's not a slight at all. I'm glad you have. But now you need to watch Deadly Class, especially today's episode. It was last night's episode. It's fucking fantastic. But you need to watch that shit, Dennis. You'd love it.
Well, how many episodes are there? So I know how much.
4?
Just 4? Okay, I can catch up on that.
Pretty sure just 4.
Okay. Because I still got to watch the last season of Westworld. I'm behind a season on that too.
Dude, I gave up on Westworld.
Did you?
I loved the first season.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Didn't like the second season.
Dude, the second season, I tried and tried. I'm like, hey, man, I can get with the long game. I'm good with the long game.
Sure.
6-7 episodes in, I'm like, holy fucking shit. Am I going to get a semblance of what the story is?
Well,
and
to be
from the
fair,
reviews, I hear that it didn't live up.
Well, to be fair, the person who gave me the most glowing review was Austin from our show, and Austin tends to love everything that sucks, like Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel.
About to say, Austin's the one I bonded with at Dragon Con.
Over crappy movies, yes, that
over the Snyderverse, motherfucker.
Yeah,
get it right.
Yeah. Crappy movies, got it.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Same thing. That's how I heard it when you said. Is that now how I said it?
So are you siding with Paul? Am I hearing this correctly?
On Snyder movies, yeah.
Oh my God, I don't.
Not on
like
much else, but on Snyder movies, yeah.
How do I end the stream?
It says end stream.
God, Dennis, I can't believe you.
They're just not good.
What's not good about them?
Which one? Pick a movie.
Dude, BVS.
BVS. Okay. So first off, I hate Superman. But if you're gonna do Superman, at least do Superman instead of. You know why? You know what? I had an epiphany today, Travis. You know why I hate Superman?
Why?
Because I love Batman the Animated Series, and all those guys stopped making that show to work on Superman, the animated series.
I guess Kurt's a BVS hater too. To be fair, Dennis, Superman wasn't in BVS.
That is true. He wasn't, because he was a murderer too. Okay. Everybody's a murdering psychopath in that movie. Okay.
Now look, all right, let's all right. The Batman that Snyder used was Dark Knight Returns Batman, and if you're not a fan of that over the top Batman, then I get it. Okay. But now let's look at, this is where DC falls. This is where DC falls short. They don't have a singular vision on where they want this universe to go. Okay? Like Marvel. You'll never, ever, ever, fucking ever get a movie like Infinity War out of the DC universe at Warner Brothers, because Infinity War was a culmination of everything that came before it. Okay? Yeah. You just won't ever have a masterpiece like Infinity Wars with the DC Universe. Now, love it or hate it, Snyder had a vision up past Justice League with Darkseid showing up and everything else. Now, Superman, like, I'll never forget, me and my wife, which to get my wife to go to a movie is fucking, dragging a 2-ton chain, but we went to go see Superman. And when he snapped Zod's neck, I really didn't know how to feel about it. Like, oh, she was like, but he was going to, my wife was defending him, right? She's like, but he was going to kill those people. He was going to kill that family. And I'm like, yeah, but that's Superman's deal is he always finds a way, right? Yeah. But what Snyder had and planned was it was going to be the evolution of the hero that you get at the end of his journey through this fuck up. Okay?
Yeah. Well, but you're telling me that I shouldn't judge that movie because based on a movie that didn't ever get made, they would have made it all worthwhile.
No, I'm not saying that because I always feel like, just like with comic books, and I've always said this with comic books, they all need to stand on their own.
Yeah.
Like, they need a movie can definitely set shit up like the Marvel movies have.
Yeah, Marvels do it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you still love that movie for what it was, but yet it did create a bigger narrative down the line. And I loved BVS. Let me take it back. I liked BVS, and then when the director's cut hit, I fucking loved it.
Well, because, let me ask you a question first.
Yes.
So I guess what rubbed me the wrong way with the bat, like I've seen the Dark Knight Rises story. I like that storyline.
Returns.
Yeah, Dark Knight Returns. Sorry. So with BVS, what was the last Batman we saw before BVS?
The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. So that was typical Batman that we're used to. Let me put it in. Is there a storyline in the comics where Cap is, like typically Cap is not like a bad guy or a murdering, I guess the Hydra Cap or something? If the next movie that Marvel released was Hydra Cap with no explanation of in between, people would really hate that movie because that's not the Cap that they're used to. Mm-hmm. But you could say, well, but that's a different story.
Yeah, but
that's not what we're used to. You have to transition us into it or explain it or have some setup. In that movie, it just happens. Like it just, hey, he's a murdering psychopath. Here we go.
I got you. That's a good point. But as with Nick Spencer's fucking Hydra Cap, which is a fucking piece of shit.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
No, it fucking is. I love Nick Spencer and he's done some great work, but that is a turd that he laid that I'll never let him live down. Dark Knight Returns is, you can Google it. I don't give a shit what site you go to. You go to the best Batman stories ever written, and it is 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, no, it's good.
So what I'm saying is like Hydra Cap. What was that? Not familiar. You say Dark Knight Returns. Oh, yeah.
Well, if they had done a Cap story like that, where it was really good, like on the level of Dark Knight Rises, do you think that it would be an issue where you didn't give anybody like a transition? You went from good guy to, all right, in this movie, he's a bad guy, but there's no like explanation or it's just.
Again, I think he was going to tell a progression. He was going to give a progression. What's up, Debo? Debo's in the house. I gave my man a shout out.
Hey, Debo.
It's a progression. Just like with Superman, it was going to be a progression. He's still reeling from what he had to do. Batman, in his bloodlust, trying to take out Superman, and then, Martha, say what you want about it, okay? And people hate it, but just as a caveat, I've been reading comic books for fucking damn near 40 years, okay? Legitimately. My dad was reading them to me before I could fucking read. And another friend of mine, Big Sam, which you know from my Meatheads on Movie show, he is also a 30-year comic book reader. And when I never, ever put together that Martha, or that Batman and Superman's mother were named Martha. Not once. Till that moment in the movie. And I went, motherfucker. That's
I don't think anybody had. That's the weird thing. Like, nobody had, thought about that. It's like, oh, yeah, I guess that's right.
Well, no, see, that's not the argument I get. Really? The argument I get is, are you fucking kidding me, Martha? Really?
I mean, it's weird in the context. It was interesting in the sense that we had never really put those two things together. In the context of the story, it's like, well, would that really stop him? Like, just him having the same named mom? I get maybe, but like at that point, he's sort of like on this weird dark path where he hates Superman for the sake of hating Superman kind of thing. A little. I get that he was in Metropolis when that crashed. That's a whole other, like, why did he blow up? Like, why did he fight in Metropolis?
All right. Now, have you seen the director's cut?
Yeah, I didn't really get much more out of it personally. But
well, in the beginning of that, when the little girl, like, it's a much longer scene in the beginning when it's Zod and Superman destroying Metropolis.
Yeah.
And when the little girl runs up to Bruce and he's like, "Where's your parents at? Where's your mom at?" And she points to the Wayne Tower right before it fucking comes down.
Yeah.
That's an orphan, dude.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that.
And that was Batman shit. Like,
yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker's created a new generation of orphans.
Yeah.
He's going down. But he fucked up. And I think that's what at the end of BVS it showed was, and now he's going to be a different Batman going forward because he realizes what he was doing was fucking wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, but my biggest issues with that movie wasn't even the Batman. Like, him being like a murdering thing, like, that was just sort of like I don't like it. But I thought, like, I know you had said this before. The scene in the warehouse where he's saving other Martha, that was straight Batman. Like, that was as close to Batman action as it gets. That was awesome. The suit looked cool.
Yes.
Batmobile looked cool. All that stuff looked cool.
Yes.
The issue I had was more the Superman stuff, the Doomsday stuff. I hated Lex Luthor so much because I don't like Jesse Eisenberg that much. I think Jesse Eisenberg is always Jesse Eisenberg. Like,
true.
All of his characters.
Eisenberg was terrible. I will agree to that.
So, and then Doomsday was sort of like the death of Superman. They just kind of crammed it at the end. I'm like, why did we put that in here? Like, now it's not poignant. It's not anything because it feels rushed.
Right.
Same with Doomsday.
I will agree to that. I will agree to that. I didn't hate it like everybody else did. I didn't like the way he looked. I didn't hate it. I didn't like Eisenberg, but even though in the director's cut, I felt like his machinations were definitely more prevalent where you didn't have to infer as much in the theatrical release of what was going on.
Yeah.
I thought that made him a better character. I just don't like Eisenberg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Kurt agreed with you. Batman wasn't the problem. BVS Superman was. I like Cameron. I love Henry Cavill. I love him. He's like second on my list to have a fucking beer with. Like, I just think he's a cool dude. He loves being Superman.
And he's a huge nerd. He's awesome at being a nerd. Like,
yes.
He's doing The Witcher. Like, he plays World of Warcraft.
Manganiello.
Yeah.
Joe Manganiello's
like,
he's a fucking D&D guy. Like,
have you seen his dungeon master? Have you seen it? It's amazing. His D&D room is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, those guys are huge nerds.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what's also amazing is on the weekends when he plays D&D with his buddies, his wife makes sandwiches and serves them to everybody.
Wait, isn't his wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Lucky.
Eva Longoria. Not Eva Longoria.
Not Eva Longoria. It's the chick from that Modern Family or something. Yeah.
That's her. Yep.
Sofia Vergara.
She comes down and Sofia Vergara. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think she like serves sandwiches naked or something while they play D&D. That would be like, you may be the coolest D&D, but you'll never be Joe Manganiello with Sofia Vergara serving sandwiches to the other dungeon guys.
No.
You'll never be that cool.
No, no one will ever be that.
No one will ever be that fucking cool.
But I didn't have a problem with Henry Cavill. Like, I thought he did a fine job acting. In Justice League, I thought he had a really good, like, quivery lip thing going. You know, I was just constantly this the whole time because they had to CG his mustache out. But I thought he was fine. It's just he didn't have the material.
If you go back to Justice League, and I don't know if you've seen this, but like Snyder had a story where Darkseid was the villain in Justice League, not Steppenwolf.
I was gonna say Steppenwolf was terrible.
Yeah, Steppenwolf was terrible. Darkseid was the fucking villain in Justice League, and the story that he had was going to be far superior than the chop job that Joss Whedon came in. And I'm not taking anything away from Joss. Joss made one of my favorite movies of all time. He made one of my favorite, maybe two of my favorite television shows of all time with Buffy and Firefly. Avengers was a fucking masterpiece. So it wasn't Joss. I mean, that's when principal production is already finished and you ask a director to come in and make another fucking movie. What he gave us was the best of what it could have been done. But it wasn't Snyder's vision.
Sure.
And Snyder's vision would have been far better, and we wouldn't have had that fucking turd of a CGI job. And that's my thing. Like, I watched Bumblebee a couple weeks ago, and with all the Transformer movies, like, I walk out of a theater, and I'm looking at fucking Mustangs and shit going, oh, damn, that motherfucker get ready to transform. Because it looks so good on screen. And you can't fucking CGI a mustache on a dude? That just, to me, that just does not compute at all.
Yeah.
What do you think?
As far as, I think that company, whatever the film company was, were sort of sticking it to Warner Brothers, would be my guess.
Oh, they were. They were like, nah, fuck you, he ain't shaving.
Because they were like, yeah, nah, he doesn't have to shave that mustache. Yeah, no, that's, we're just going to, he's contractually obligated. It's not our fault you messed up. Sorry. So they probably had a good joke about that. Like, that was probably just them being dicks.
I still don't understand that, like, the technology is CG. You can make a fucking semi transform into a robot, but you can't take a mustache off a dude's upper lip.
Well, so look at the CG in that movie. It's not that great.
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of the
true.
Movies, other than Aquaman, the CG is not that great. I mean,
true.
Steppenwolf was terrible. Like, I've seen better CG in video games.
Wonder Woman CGI was pretty good.
It wasn't as bad. Cyborg in Justice League wasn't that great. The Cave Troll wasn't that great in BVS. Some of the, like I said, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, which are regarded more as their most successful movies, those have decent CGI, but the other ones, it's not so great. So even if they put in Darkseid, he might have still looked like a piece of crap.
That's true.
Maybe. But again, Snyder tends to go darker in terms of like color tone. So maybe if he made it darker, you wouldn't be able to tell it was shitty. I don't know.
That's true.
But you could still tell in BVS.
Well, you know what I think is funny is like, I know a lot of people that didn't like the dark tone of the Snyderverse. And like, I don't know if you've watched any of it or not. You really should. Is the Teen Titans on the streaming service? Have you seen any of that?
I haven't seen any of it, but Austin tells me about it weekly.
Oh, man. It's so fucking good. Does Austin like it?
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah.
There's nothing DC that Austin doesn't love. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. Okay. That's, I mean, they're going to be DC fanboys that just love whatever.
I'm pretty sure he likes Suicide Squad too. So.
Oh, now see, I can't get behind. That's where he and I would have to have.
Doesn't matter what it is, name it. He's going to like it. So
yeah,
whatever.
No, I don't. And I get it. You know, we all love what we love, right? But
sure,
I can definitely say that doesn't look good. I don't like, and I can walk out going, that movie fucking sucked.
Yeah,
it's like, well, you know, Titans on DC Universe got good, by the way, by the end. Now, see, Kurt, I loved it from the fucking first episode. From the first episode, I was like, oh, fuck, this is my shit. Because I feel like what they did with Titans on the streaming service was everything that I wanted all the CW shows to be, right? Like, it was adult, it was violent. They're saying, fuck, it's not the Teen Titan cartoon that I think everybody was expecting. It was so much more than that. So I liked it from the fucking get-go, man. And I believe it did get better at the end, well, because they were telling a story. They had a singular vision on where they wanted this season to end, and it ended there. And how they used Batman was just fucking phenomenal. Like, Batman's in the story, but he's not. He's in the shadows. His influence is almost in every episode, but you never see him. And if Batman was looking over you and he didn't want to be seen, you wouldn't see him, right? It's perfect. Yeah. It's so fucking good, man. You've got, I tell you, man, we'll do another show. You watch Teen Titans, and we'll come back and we'll do another show and just And I'd really like to hear your take on it as far as like character development and story and everything. I think you'll love it.
That's what I'm looking for is good character development and story and all that stuff. Like I can pick a movie apart. Like I'm not going to just fanboy on something just because, why not? That's how I am with the Star Wars movies. That's how I am with the Marvel movies. Like everyone loved Black Panther. I liked and loved parts of Black Panther, but there are other parts that I pick apart because I'm just like, this wasn't good. Like the CG was really, really bad for no apparent reason in Black Panther. Right. Like stuff like that. I can separate and say, okay, this is good. This is bad. That sort of thing. With Titans, when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my God, this looks like just a giant pile of crap that's dark for the sake of being dark. But the more I hear about it, the more intrigued I am by the show because they say, oh, it's not actually as bad as what the trailer made it out to be. They actually made it, for whatever reason, they made the show look bad in the trailer when it's actually much better. I don't know if that's up to their marketing department, just screwing it up. I have no idea, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was dark, which I like dark shit. I like adult stuff. And that was one of the things I loved about BVS and Man of Steel was if you put a man like that in today's time, like tomorrow we wake up and there's a fucking dude flying around, people are going to lose their fucking shit. They're going to think he's the fucking next Jesus Christ. There's other people going to say he's the fucking Antichrist. The world's going to be fucking in upheaval. And think about this guy, okay? He's a human being. And I think that's what Snyder did with Clark is he humanized him. Whereas that's a hard thing to do with a dude that has powers of a god. He humanized him to the fact that he, like Jason Jones, he'll troll me on some shows and just make fun of me all the time. And that bothers me. And I know he's fucking with me, but I'm like, damn, man, Jay was hard on me this show. So imagine that times a billion and you're saving people all across the fucking world, but yet you have, and you hear everything. Your ears are the fucking internet that you can turn off, but you don't because you won't hear that cry for help. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, yeah.
And to me, I love that dark shit because that's how it would be. That's the reason The Watchmen was so fucking avant-garde when it came out was because it showed the flaws in our superheroes. And no one had really done that before.
I think with the Superman thing, that character for some reason seems to be one that is tough to relate to just because he is so different, but they try and humanize him. But if they did not exactly the same as the Christopher Reeves movies, but more in the lighthearted vein, or just something that was not even necessarily more relatable, but like a Cap sort of story where Cap is the shining figure, like I'm the good guy and I'm doing what's right, and that sort of thing. If they started with that in the DC universe that they built, it would have been better, I think. But Man of Steel was so weird because, like, you probably don't watch the show, but Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and that stuff, you've ever heard of it? It's an animated show.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched any of it, no.
So a lot of times they'll have fights that start around populated areas, and then they'll be like, the main character will say, well, we're not doing this. And we'll literally take the bad guy and go to, like, the desert or something.
Sure.
So that way no one gets hurt. And they do that all the time. So why they wouldn't have done that when they're fighting with Zod and whatnot, and they're just fighting through buildings, and buildings are collapsing on people from Batman's perspective, it's like, well, you think he would have maybe been a little bit more cognizant of,
But it's his first day on the fucking job.
I get it.
It was Superman's first fucking day, and he's fighting a dude that has his abilities. I mean,
I got it.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like people, you start throwing the poo now. I don't care, but like, I feel like Zack Snyder is a fucking fan, so it makes me want to take up for him. Like his scenes, scenes in all of his movies, are taken straight out of the fucking comic books. Like I could do a panel for panel shot, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, motherfucker, that looks just like it," and it does. And I'm not saying his direction is right or wrong. I'm saying that was his direction he was going in. And it was his first day on the fucking job, and he has to make these choices. And he's kind of thrown into the fucking fire, if you will. So I feel like it was a very realistic take. They humanized Superman. They gave him he's got godlike abilities, but he has to make decisions just like you and I do as a human being. And this movie's what is this movie, like 6 years old now?
Oh, it's older than that.
I think it's older than that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's older.
So I mean, we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I don't know of a movie that has this much debate. Like, because I'm on a lot of the Instagram pages, all the Facebook pages, and like they're, the people that Jason's saying Man of Steel is probably a decade now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It probably is. I'll look it up while you keep talking.
So, I mean, it's just like, so 10 years later, there are still people hotly debating the merits of Man of Steel and the Snyderverse and BVS.
It came out in 2013. It's only 6 years ago. So
Man of Steel was 2013?
That's what it says. It said Man of Steel 2013.
So
feels like
so when was BVS?
Wasn't that like 2 years ago?
No.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago.
No, Dawn of Justice. Let's see. Here it is. It says 2016.
Yep, 3 years ago.
Well, you were fucking closer than I was. Huh.
Because I knew it had started around this. I knew we were podcasting around that same time. So
Man of Steel, 2013.
Yeah. So wow.
Okay. Well,
3 years and 6 years.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Name another movie that is still debated to this day, like these two.
Not debated, because most of the movies that are still talked about that are that old were just so bad that everyone universally hated them, like the prequels for Star Wars.
Agree.
And I'm pretty sure Last Jedi is going to be in the same vein as BVS or Man of Steel when it gets to that.
Okay.
But it just hasn't been around long enough.
So since you said that, and we've been going for a minute now, so I'm gonna segue into one of the topics I had listed.
Okay.
And it is a lot of people are very anxiously awaiting the title of episode 9. And a lot of people thought that we would have gotten a teaser or something at the Super Bowl, because that was the timeline that they gave for the last two movies before release. And we don't have a teaser trailer. We don't have a title yet. Okay? So a lot of people have been speculating, blah, blah, blah. My question is, and this is coming from a fucking Star Wars fan, do we give a fuck anymore?
I think the problem was when Disney bought Star Wars, they kind of oversaturated the market. Like the moment it came out, because normally what would we have to wait between Star Wars movies, like 3, 4, 5, 6 years, something like that. Like it wasn't every year you got another one.
Right.
Well, then Disney got it, and they're like, all right, we're going to give you a movie every year. Yeah. We're going to give you TV shows. Yeah. We're going to be doing animated things. We're doing all this stuff, like just constantly like giving you more Star Wars stuff. And then, but the things that they were giving us weren't up to what we thought the level of quality was going to be. Like, love it or hate it, the first of the new series of Star Wars. And I didn't mind that it was the exact same thing as episode 4, because that's kind of what they needed to do. They needed to make everybody feel safe again, because the prequels were so bad that they were like, all right, it's like a battered person shelter. Like, you got to bring them in and be like, all right, you got to feel safe, and then we can build you back up. So it's sort of the same thing. But then they took all that faith and they basically just crapped on it with Last Jedi, because it was very divisive. There were so many like decisions that, like, I would say the consensus is that it's not a well-liked movie, but like the amount of dislike, like the hate is way, way high. Like that infuriated a lot of people.
Me.
Like, I really didn't like that movie at all either. I gave it a decent score because there were a lot of things that were pretty decent in it.
Sure.
But the story, story and the characters I didn't like personally.
It's awful.
Yeah, which is Paul still gives me shit to this day for giving it like a 6.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck what Paul thinks.
Whatever. But So by doing that, and then they announced Solo, and then Solo came out, and it was just okay.
It's okay.
It wasn't anything special. It told us a story that we kind of already knew, that we didn't even need to see or hear, and just sort of kept retreading on things we already knew and saw, and didn't give us anything new to cut our teeth on.
Right.
And because there was so much hate over Last Jedi, and then Solo came out not even that long afterwards, right? It was like 4 or 5 months, something like that. You didn't even give people enough time to like get over that, to like really want some Star Wars back. Nicole's right. That is a thing that happened. She's alluding to a girlfriend that we got into a fight because she said I hate women because I didn't like the new Star Wars movie. So,
oh, okay. Because I thought she was talking to me.
No, she's talking to me.
And this is okay.
I told you the story.
Well, she very well could have been talking to me because, and this is what when I did a review show that was like 3 hours long. Okay, about this movie. That's the kind of hate that I had for this movie. And you say you don't hate this movie because you hate women. This movie hated men because every man in this movie is a fucking idiot and can't get the job done. Everyone. Yeah. From Poe to what's the stormtrooper's name? The black guy.
Finn.
Finn. Thank you.
Yeah.
To him, to basically Luke. Luke's the biggest fucking loser.
Kylo, Snoke.
I mean, every man in this story is fucking trash. So I feel opposite. It's not because, dude, I'm fine with Rey being the hero of the story going forward.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
I got no fucking problem with that. She's fucking cute. Make her fucking badass. She's pretty badass, right? Yeah, I'm with that.
She was great in the first one.
But don't make the hero of my trilogy a dude that's gonna fucking murder his nephew while he sleeps.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie, I still say that we're going to find out down the road that J.J. Abrams was banging the shit out of Rian Johnson's wife, girlfriend, whatever, and Rian Johnson basically took a big shit on everything that Abramson did in Force Awakens. I mean, everything from Kylo's mask. Do you know how much marketing power Kylo's mask had? And what did Rian Johnson do in the first 10 minutes of the movie? He fucking not only destroyed the base that Force Awakens fought so hard to save, he Kylo destroyed the mask.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Well, there was an interview or an article I read, I can't remember, where they were talking to Rian Johnson. This was way before those movies got made. And he talked about the main thing a good story should be is changing expectations. And if you can change people's expectations a number of times, then that makes it better. It's like, well, no. If your whole point is to defy expectations with every decision, then you're just going to have a stupid story because it's good to do that, to defy
nothing,
but not everything.
Not everything. Well, it's like I seen the Twitter
and it still
post.
needs to make sense even if you do it.
Right. It has to make sense. And like we said earlier, the Star Wars movies are a great example of movies that can stand on their own, but yet they're telling a larger narrative, right?
Yeah.
Well, with Rey's parents, maybe the most highly contested theory after Force Awakens was who's Rey's parents.
Oh yeah, I know that one disappointed you so bad.
Oh my god. I did a whole show basically.
Every week you talked about who the mom was.
And who her mom was, who her parents could be. Even shit that I didn't think would happen. So Rian Johnson sent a tweet out to because he was defending himself, which I totally give him credit for this. I would still kick him in the nuts if I ever got close to him, but I give him credit for defending himself on social media. But he had a sheet. I shit you not. It's just like just like this sheet of paper right here. Okay? Had a line drawn down the middle of it. And it said, at the top, it said, Rey's parents could be, could not be. Okay? And it was Solo, Skywalker, Obi-Wan, Palpatine. It had all this list on could be's. And on the side, on the right side, it said no one. And he's got it circled a bunch of times. And he said, we went through the list of who Rey's parents could have been, and we felt it was a better story decision to say they were no one. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That is the worst decision. Yeah. How is that better?
Yeah. Well, that's also the problem with having the director be the only writer, because there was no other writers that I saw. Like, he wrote the whole thing himself. So it was like, what, did he just have final say on everything with nobody to
let me tell you how much final say he had. Well, now, this was all pre The Last Jedi. It's all changed now, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Because they loved him so fucking much after this movie. Like, he wasn't slated to do 9. Yeah. Okay? Someone else was going to do 9. They were giving him the next 3 movies, the next trilogy. They were all going to be Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, because The Last Jedi was not what they wanted, it's changed now that he's not going to be the sole director on the trilogy.
Yeah.
Which, fucking good. At least you're listening, Disney. At least you're fucking listening. But I just, that movie, I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I read this article and, read the comments, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck anymore. Like, you've destroyed, like, I love J.J. Abrams. He's done some fantastic TV work. He's done some great movies. I don't even think he can write, I mean, it would have to be Retcon City for his story to make sense going forward. Because what he's going to have to do to make a coherent story is he's going to have to take elements of Rian Johnson's story, omit the shit that he did in Force Awakens, and come up with a story that ties everything together. He's in a fucking trick bag. I don't think he can win. It's a lose-lose proposition for me.
Or
what?
There's another choice. Yep. He just completely ignores the last movie and just does whatever he wants. So, like,
can't do that.
No, I'm just saying he just doesn't care. Like, he just, like, Luke's alive.
Yeah.
They just do it all over. He's like, he does a 2-minute, this is what happened in the last movie, except this is what should have happened in the last movie.
This is what we're going to carry forward.
Yeah. This is canon now. Forget that other movie. And now we'll start from there.
It's like Snoke. And I mean, that's the other thing. Like Snoke, everybody was, oh my God, this is the next Vader. This is the next Palpatine. Holy shit, who is this fucking dude? Where'd he come from? Who is he? Is he a reincarnation of Vader? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody. Fucking Kylo, who hasn't even finished his training yet, fucking kills him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, oh my God. But I have to give credit due. Rian Johnson, visually, that movie was the best Star Wars movie visually. The TIE fighter scene in the beginning was the best, maybe, space battle I've ever seen in a movie.
Except for the dropping of bombs, but it's not how space works.
They got gravity meters in them. No, I don't know. I just made that up. I don't know. No, I mean,
how do they work?
Oh, no, when the TIE fighter, the X-Wing is flying down the side and it skids, and you hear it go, and then take off again.
Mm-hmm.
I would like smile, like it was like Fast and Furious. I was like, yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're in space still, right? But my favorite scene in Aquaman was the fucking the war scene at the end. And it's explosions, and you hear every noise, and in water, it's it's gonna be. You mean that would suck, right, as a movie?
Yeah.
But I get that. So, but I thought that was really cool. I'd never seen that before. He gave me a lot of stuff I'd never seen before. So I thought I give him mad props on the visual technique. But I still think the cat is a dude that never seen a Star Wars movie. Didn't know shit about the extended universe. All I can hope is what Disney does with the next series of movies is, you're a big PC gamer, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Knights of the Old Republic?
Fucking love those games.
Fucking loved. I think that is a common theme among all Star Wars fans. Is we love Knights of the Old Republic. Give me fucking Revan, man. Give me that story on the big screen. We can only hope that the next, because they've already said the next trilogy is there's going to be no Skywalkers, no Solos, no Palpatines. I mean, it's going to be a whole new universe of Star Wars characters. So let's fucking do that, man. Yeah. But I feel like if they were going that route, they'd already be teasing it somewhat. And maybe they're waiting for 9 to come out because that's going to wrap this trilogy up, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There's a ton of Star Wars games to pull from that they could have done for these movies, like Kyle Katarn. He was a real cool character.
Fantastic.
They're like all the extended stuff that they said it's not canon anymore. Like they had so many things to pull from.
Sure.
And they made that. And what was weird was all the speculation, because that's the funny thing about us fans is we speculate and speculate and speculate. Oh, yeah. And we build a movie up in our brains because we're just like, oh man, how cool would it be if Luke's going like gray and he's going to do light and dark side, all this stuff. And then and then you get your hopes dashed because they either didn't think of that or they just didn't do that. And then you're like, oh, well, that's not nearly as good as the story I made in my head.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, like, dude, I did a whole show on speculation.
Yeah.
And like they weren't even called Jedi Knights. They were like Knights of the Gray or some shit like that.
Like that. Yeah.
And I mean, it was that the book of the book that Yoda burned, which apparently Rey got him out of the temple before Yoda burned it. Book of Wills, the Book of Wills, which has the Gray Jedi Code, which basically said no light, no dark. And I'm like, fucking yeah, man. Turn this mythology on its fucking head. Yeah. Give us something new, but still dope and awesome. Yeah, man.
Wouldn't that have been great? Because what did they talk about in all the old movies? Skywalker's going to bring balance to the Force.
Balance, yes.
That's the best way to do it. Like he goes, why are we doing this whole only light side, only dark side thing? Like, just go right down the middle.
Right.
Like, utilize both things, but still be good to people. Like, you could still be good to people and use dark side powers.
Yeah.
I did it in KOTOR all the time when I cheated and turned on, Force Light.
Well, I mean, and that was my thing is why not like, Shannon said, love that author. It's Drew, Caprison. Drew. Oh, there it is. I believe Caprison has a fantasy trilogy. Yeah, he writes for BioWare now. He's actually wrote the script, which this is the worst Mass Effect game, but I think he wrote Mass Effect Andromeda, which big Mass Effect fan, and Andromeda was probably the worst of them. But Darth Bane is like my favorite Sith. Like, yeah, give me a Bane trilogy. I'd be cool with that. It's kind of a, villain-based storyline, which I'm ready for something like that. Like, that's what I love. I'm really going to fucking down a rabbit hole. But I'm probably drunk. I'm probably 142 ounces in right now.
It's fine.
That's no shit. I've counted it.
But no, they don't. I mean, they don't really do that a whole lot. Like, they don't make villain-centric stuff very much. Like, even with the story mode that came out for, what is it? What was the new Star Wars game by BioWare? Not BioWare.
Battlefield?
Battlefield 2, where you got to play as the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
You play as the Empire for 2 seconds, and then you swap back over to the Rebels because you realize the error of your ways. And I'm like, well, wouldn't it have been more interesting to try and like justify the bad guys and play as the bad guys and see it from a different viewpoint?
Exactly. What made Thanos so fantastic was with you identified with Thanos, because who's the problem? We are.
Yeah.
I think we could still say that today in real life. Like, who's the problem? Fucking not the environment, not our animals. We are. We're the fucking problem. So let's get rid of us. So you can kind of identify, because I love that hashtag, Thanos wasn't wrong. I love that. I think it's fucking, every time I see it, I laugh because it's fucking true. Give me movies where the bad guy wins. but make him relatable. You can't have a bad guy like Michael Myers or someone's just what do you call it in D&D? Chaotic evil.
Yeah, chaotic evil.
Yeah, chaotic. You can't have that guy, right? Because no one relates to that dude.
For the sake of being bad.
What's that?
He's just bad for the sake of being bad.
He's just bad for the sake of being bad, Yeah. But like you can have a chaotic good or a chaotic neutral guy that
chaotic good's boring too because they're just like or lawful good. I forget which one it is, but they're just like they can only be good. They can only make one kind of decision. They can't make any other kinds of decisions. There's no gray whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, we need a gray guy. We need a guy that you can identify with, right? Yeah. So like I don't know if you've seen the movie Upgrade.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I heard it's good.
Movie. Such a fucking good movie.
I heard it's a better version of Venom. Because it's basically the same overall kind of idea. And the guy looks like Tom Hardy.
Not really, because the guy does look like Tom Hardy, actually. Now that you say that, I never thought about it. The AI that is controlling the main character in Upgrade, he's all about himself. Okay. Where he is chaotic, neutral, maybe bad. Sure. Whereas Venom is kind of neutral. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen the movie, but I'm going to tell you right now, the bad guy wins in Upgrade.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And you're like, oh shit. Like when it happened, like it's not really a spoiler because you're never going to see it coming. Okay. And that's what makes it such a fucking fantastic movie. Is I love it when the bad guy wins. And I really like it when the bad guy wins when we know there's another movie coming where the good guys win. Because that's the way it's supposed to be, right? But I like Endgame. I've been very anti Captain Marvel, and some people think it's because she's a chick and that she could potentially take over from Captain America. That's not it at all.
I know what it is, Travis.
What is it?
The fact that her name is Brie Larson and you can't get it fixed between Brie Olson. You want it to be Brie Olson.
I so want it to be Brie Olson.
So that's what it is. You're just harboring like a little bit of a grudge there.
She is a fantastic actress that does not get credit.
I've done research.
Yeah, of course you have. I do research on a daily basis.
Well, there you go.
Of Brie Olson. I'm a Brie Larson fan as well. So
what else has she been in? Because
what has she been in?
Her face doesn't ring any bells for me. I haven't looked her up because I know I could.
Okay, I give you one. I give you the first movie I ever remember seeing her in, 21 Jump Street.
She was in that movie?
She was Jonah Hill's girlfriend.
Oh. Huh.
Now, the movie that she won the Oscar for, I never fucking seen.
Well, most of the time, those movies that win Oscars,
right?
you've seen
but that's what I'm saying. I know the bitch can act. I don't know what she's doing in Captain Marvel, but I know she can fucking act. I mean, she won a fucking Oscar.
They haven't shown us a whole lot of scenes where she could possibly emote. So, I mean,
this is my theory on Captain Marvel. The Kree, if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC, they introduced the Kree last season. And the Kree are very, they're stoic, very Vulcan-like.
Yeah.
And I know that she obviously went through some brainwashing because she doesn't remember time on Earth. So I'm figuring that she doesn't, remember her humanity, so to speak. So as the movie goes on and she starts to get memories of her human life, that she will start to emote that humanity and start to give us, lines that aren't like, so you're a warrior race? We're a warrior hero race. I mean, what the fuck? Brie Olson would have fucking smashed that scene, dude.
Well, I'm thinking trailers are weird because they only give you a couple seconds. So that scene in context might be better. Or what if Samuel Jackson then gives a quip back, like, oh God, whatever. Or just something you don't know, the before or after parts.
not to cut you off, but Shannon made a great comment because I love this movie. It's a fucking great movie. She said the only thing I liked her in was Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I still need to see that movie.
Oh my God.
I know. It popped up on my Netflix the other day and I'm like, shit, I got to watch that.
Chris Evans. Oh my God, dude.
Chris Evans is in Scott Pilgrim?
Yes.
What?
He's the best guy in fucking Scott Pilgrim.
Huh.
Dude, Brandon Routh is in it. The Superman that came before Cavill. Everybody's in it. You're going to know fucking everyone.
There's a lot of big names that I've seen from the trailer, and I'm just like, okay, this movie has a lot of people in it. It looks crazy. It looks like it'd be my kind of movie.
Oh, dude, you're going to
fucking haven't gotten around to watching it.
You're going to love it. Oh, my God, dude, you got to watch it tonight, man.
I got editing to do tonight.
No.
Someone's got to pump out Botch the D&D podcast.
Fuck that shit, man. Just put it out there, dude. Just put out the director's cut.
Oh, God. And what's this letter in the mail? Oh, we've been banned from iTunes.
That's shit. If I ain't been banned from iTunes, you all ain't getting banned.
Oh, trust me. Your stuff is PG compared to the stuff that gets cut out of our show, Travis.
I'll fucking take that bet.
Okay.
Jason, what do you think? You listen to both.
Jason listens to Botched?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Debo does.
Oh, wow. None of them messaged me, so I don't know.
Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, not yet. Okay, you were asking for the link. You were the one asking for the link to the show. Okay, and Nicole provided it. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, okay, that's cool. All right. Brandon Routh. Damn. Debo listens. He listened to Botch.
Okay.
I give you a few listeners, dude.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I give you a couple votes. By the way, you were twice nominated for a podcasting award, right?
Mm-hmm. And as you guys.
Oh, that's right. We were too.
You guys were nominated in 2 categories.
Yeah, 2 categories. Yeah.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah. It helps to bug every single person on your phone.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although
like I'm going to be doing on everybody on my friends list that has Prime. I'm going to be like, hey, man, you get a free subscription, dude. You need to come my way.
I've already started doing that. I'm like, even at work, I'm just like, hey, do you happen to have Amazon Prime? They're like, yeah, I got Amazon Prime. I'm like,
give me your phone real quick.
Yeah. Well, you got to get affiliated first.
Yeah, you got to get affiliated.
You got to start putting out these Twitch shows.
Yeah, and we will. And I kind of like just doing this.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
I think it's fun. And
just pick some nerd topics and just fucking argue or chat about them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Chat, what do you guys think? You guys like this this setup, how it's working so far? I mean, obviously he might not have me on all the time or whatever. He might have other people on just shooting the shit with whoever, but
yeah, we'll just shoot. Yeah, I mean, but I'd like to get Austin on.
Oh boy. Good luck with that. Well, first off, he'd have to be awake during the time that you want to do it, or you're gonna be doing it 1 or 2 in the morning. So them's your options.
I ain't fucking doing that. I tell you that right now.
So that might be a tough one to get.
Yeah, but for you guys that are watching that don't normally watch the report, I said this earlier in the beginning of the show, but once a week, I buy comic books. My main theme is comic books and everything comic book related, TV, movies. I go through the news for the week. I buy the comic books every week, even shit that I don't buy. I read it online. Shut up, Nicole. Nicole's going to be like, oh, my God, they're stealing comic books now, too. So, trust me, I spend quite a bit on comic books each week. I should be afforded a couple freebies. Doom Patrol. Oh, Doom Patrol released a teaser today. Nice. I haven't said anything yet. You will.
It's got Brendan Fraser in it, so I mean, how can it be bad?
What's that?
It's got Brendan Fraser in it, so how can it be bad?
What's that? Doom Patrol does?
Yeah, he plays the robot guy.
Oh, does he? That was my worst episode of Titans. Was them. Because I thought they were so fucking cool and I wanted to see them in action. And it looked like we were going to get to see a battle.
Yeah.
And they did nothing. They did
I don't know
nothing
anything about them. I'll have to tune into the Blazing Defender report to figure out some stuff. So.
Oh, dude, yeah, please, yeah, trust me. Not going to Travis Bear when he has someone to play off. Oh, well, thanks, Jay. So I suck on my own, but I need a co-host. Is that what you're saying? Thanks, pal. Oh, Meatheads was amazing. Yeah, Meatheads is a good show. I enjoy Sam, and I'll have Sam on. This show, and
That's a good idea.
They made one hell of a dinner, though. Yes, they did. They cooked their asses off. The Negative Man, he's a chef apparently. Did not know that. I don't think they talked about that in the comic books very much. Him being a chef. But now, like, check this out. So DC streaming is going to be fantastic, right? Marvel's the Disney streaming, dude. Groot Rocket TV show.
Oh,
Groot Rocket.
They've said that is a thing?
It's a thing. It's happening. Oh, it's happening. Okay. 10 episodes with the budget of the movies.
What?
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, over, probably $150 million budget on a TV show for 10 episodes. And Falcon, Winter Soldier TV show. I mean, motherfucker.
Are these all the same actors from the movies?
Yeah, it's going to be canon, dude. Yes. DC streaming, Disney streaming is going to be the fucking shit.
But they're just not going to give us our old Netflix Marvel TV shows, I guess.
Who fucking cares? They suck.
I like Daredevil.
Daredevil season 2 was season 1, season 2 was good.
Yeah.
Season 3 can eat a dick.
Season 3 had its moments.
It had its moments.
Yeah.
None of them should be 13 seasons or 13 episodes.
No.
They should all be 8 to 10.
Yep.
Even the last Punisher series really struggled. It was fantastic in scenes.
Yeah.
But the overall flow of the show was awful for a Punisher. I mean,
yeah,
it's terrible, dude. Netflix wanted to cut down to say 8 episodes. Disney wanted.
The other thing I'm worried or wondering about is if the quality of the shows went down in their last seasons because they knew they were getting canned. So it's like, well, I mean, why even?
I don't think they knew that though. At the time they were filming, I don't think they knew that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they knew shit before we did.
Yeah.
No one has said there's going to be no Punisher 3. No one has said there's not going to be a Defenders because they're still saying there's going to be a Netflix Defenders season 2. Just because some of these characters are canceled, like
they didn't say there's going to. I don't think they're doing a Netflix Defenders season 2. I thought
they said they're not saying they aren't.
Oh, I thought they explicitly said there will not be any Defenders season 2 on Netflix.
Punisher season 2. Frank Castle's not in the scene. Do we have a salt and pepper shaker to show for 10 minutes? Damn it. It's you're right. I mean, that's what I had heard. I don't see any of these shows surviving. Yeah, it's been dead for over a year, and there's nothing filming. So, yeah, Defenders is probably dead. I think they're all dead. Even the Jessica Jones that hasn't been officially canceled yet. I think
everyone knows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. And like I said, I didn't even finish Jessica Jones season 2. I loved season 1. Season 2, 5 episodes in, I was like, man, fuck this, dude. This is fucking garbage. Like, she's a hard character to like anyway.
Yeah, but what I liked or even loved about the first season was David Tennant.
Yeah, exactly.
Put David Tennant in anything, it's fantastic. And he's in one episode in the second season of Jessica Jones, and it's my favorite episode of that season. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, he was fucking like, people go, oh, he'll always be Doctor Who to me. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I never watched fucking Doctor Who, so he's Purple Man to me.
He is the best Doctor, but I can also separate. So
yeah, well, and I mean, he's in my top 5 Marvel villains of all time. So that's how fucking good I thought he was. I mean,
yeah, no, he was good.
Yeah, I mean, he was fucking amazing.
But Marvel movie villains are pretty shitty, anyways.
They kind of are. They are. I mean. I loved Loki until Thanos. I mean, Thanos is going to be my top fucking movie villain
But Loki's not even like a villain anymore. Loki's like an
anti-hero.
I wouldn't even call it. He's like some weird in between villain and anti-hero where he's lovable even though he doesn't care about anything but himself.
He's like neutral.
He's very neutral, yes.
He's the god of mischief, man. It's all about creating mischief, whether it's one way or another. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Yeah, I mean, I guess in my top 5 movie villains would be like, okay, comic book wise.
Sure.
Right, no Hannibal Lecters, no shit like that. Darth Vader's, not like Joker. Well, Joker's one of them, I guess.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the Joker is a comic book character.
Yeah, he is.
So
if I just let's just do Marvel.
Okay.
Oh, good call, Debo. Give me Alice Eve in Mary Walker Show, dude. She is fucking amazing. She was the best part of that season, other than the last episode where they brought Orson Randall into the Marvel universe, because he's like my favorite Iron Fist. But Alice Eve as fucking Typhoid Mary, she's a smoke show. She's a fucking fantastic actress. Yes, man. But see, that's what Marvel won't do is it's like if you put a spotlight on villains, it's kind of like Disney's condoning villains. You know what I'm saying? Like
they absolutely condone villains, though. If you like, they love to sell them some Disney villain stuff,
right? But has Disney ever did a solo project on a villain?
Maleficent.
Other than that,
but she's not even really a villain in that movie.
I was about to say she's not, but I mean, you're right. I mean,
that is a classic villain.
It's classic villain, yes.
But no, I don't think they have done any other strictly villainous stuff.
Yeah, so. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, me and Big Sam have been saying on Meatheads forever. Like, let the bad guy win. Just let him win. Like, it's not the fucking end all be all, especially like in Infinity War, and there's another movie to come to clean shit up. But like, give us one movie where the fucking villain wins, and you walk out of the theater going, "What the fuck?" Because the good guy always fucking wins. Good always triumphs evil, and blah blah blah. Yeah. But like in the real world, we know that ain't how it fucking works.
Yep.
So I really wish, because Disney, as of right now, they may have the best group of rogues in any genre ever.
Yeah, I can't disagree there. Well, they have a bunch of rogues that are really good that they haven't touched yet.
Right.
Because the ones that they have already used, they've killed them all off for the most part. They have really good ones that they haven't used.
Right.
Like really relatable, especially when X-Men come over. Like X-Men have Magneto is a great villain if he's done correctly.
All right, we're gonna do since you said that, and I love that you're giving me segue opportunities because this is fantastic. I said I was gonna cut it off the last segment, but one more segment, and then we gotta get out of here. I have a party to be to at 7:00, so I gotta be cutting it short here in a minute. But since you just talked about the X-Men coming over to Marvel, they are now they're Hugh Jackman, which will always be our Wolverine, right? He is moving on, and they're going to recast someone younger as Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Who would be your pick?
I was thinking about that all day, and of the choices that you gave me before, I guess Eastwood's son would be pretty good, but I haven't seen him act very well in a movie.
True. Now, he was in Suicide Squad.
That's not really helping.
He was in Pacific Rim 2. That's not a fucking good one at all, is it?
Not really helping on that one either.
Ain't helping on that one either. All right, let's see here.
And I don't like Zac Efron. Because
what's that?
I don't like Zac Efron because you listed him. I mean, he can be a good actor, but can he pull off the Berserk Wolverine stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I need that feral stuff.
I do.
But Tom Hardy could have done it.
Yeah, but Hardy would have been a good one.
He's doing too many things.
IMDb did a poll, and out of the people listed, Luke Evans was up there also. Luke Evans, I think, besides Scott Eastwood, would be a great fit for the Berserker, but it was Tom Hardy, then Scott Eastwood, and then Luke Evans. Now Tom Hardy got like fucking almost 1,200 votes to be the new Wolverine. But with him being Venom, I don't see him recasting Eddie Brock. I think he's going to be Brock going forward.
If you're trying to go younger, though.
Yeah. You
Luke
need to go
Evans
younger.
is too old to be going younger, really.
Yes,
I
I agree. Totally agree.
You need somebody. Now, if you were going to try and go more true to the comics, like I've heard a lot of people get angry about, you need to go somebody who's short and not particularly attractive. Like Hugh Jackman is a beautiful man, and apparently that's not how Wolverine's supposed to look. I don't really know or whatever, but
Wolverine got a lot of pussy though in the comics.
Well, that doesn't. I mean, chicks dig hairy like mean dudes apparently. So how you got Shannon? I'll have.
Yeah, right.
Just bald.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I'm hairy. I mean, I take this fucking shirt off, bro. I'm fucking hairy, man. She shaves me once every 3 days, and it's a mess.
Do you purr like a walrus when she does it, though?
I don't purr like a walrus. No, it's actually kind of sucks because when she gets up here, she stabs my neck.
Well,
every fucking time.
If you stop,
I get you?
If you stop talking about Brie Olson's ass all the time, maybe you'd stop stabbing.
She doesn't watch
neck.
my show. She doesn't know who the fuck Brie Olson is. She didn't watch my show at all.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't fucking care.
She's like, "What's this Brie Olson in the internet history all the time?"
I'm like, Captain Marvel, Shan, and she goes, "Oh, yeah, is that her name? Yeah, okay,
yeah, that's her name." I was trying to think of like. Well, when I was listening to your show, I was trying to think of good trolls, like trolly ones to give you. Like Danny DeVito would be a great Wolverine. He's short, hairy. Maybe the guy from who? What about Sean? What is it? William Scott, the guy who played Stifler. He's kind of short. He could be pretty grizzled. He might be able to do it.
That's pretty good.
Maybe that one. I might go with that one.
That's pretty good. I like that. I think he could do that.
And he looks young. He's not young, but he looks younger than
Yeah, I don't know how young he is.
He can't be super young.
I've seen him in Goon. I mean, he gets in shape. I mean, and that's the thing you need to do too. You need to be able to get in shape.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
that's
good
one
one.
that comes to my mind anyway.
Yeah,
it's just off the top of my head.
One.
I'd have to really delve into like actors and shit.
There was a couple that through my research I found that they're British actors that I really don't know them from anything, and
sure.
From the pictures I seen, didn't get it. But again, I'm wrong on casting all the time. When they cast Hugh Jackman, I was like, isn't this motherfucker like 5'11", 130 pounds and does Broadway shit? And he was. But when...
That might help with the roaring.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's true. We can always we can audit that shit. We can edit that shit and post. You know how that is.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's Wolverine, and he'll always be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like I said, the next guy's going to have really, really big shoes to fill. But I feel like they're on the track of getting some really good, like Luke Evans. I think Luke Evans is a great actor, and he can grow a good beard, and so can Scott Eastwood. And I think that's you need to have that that, like you said, that visceral persona. And that's one thing. Like I love Zac Efron, but I don't know if he can portray that like. Fucking savageness that you're gonna need.
The other thing I worry about is kind of what happened with the Joker, because what happened after Heath Ledger? We had to have a real different Joker, so we had the Jared Leto version, which I can't stand that version of the Joker. It seems like it's different for the sake of being different.
Sure.
And I don't think Marvel will fall into the same trap, because Marvel typically is pretty good about staying close to, or at least being faithful to the original material.
Right.
But that is a worry that I have, that they'll be like, well, we got to do something different because we can't do the same thing as Hugh Jackman, or it'll just, make them look bad, because Hugh Jackman's just going to make anybody who tries to do Hugh Jackman look bad.
Yeah, they're going to have to nail it. But
yeah,
Marvel, that's what Marvel does. They nail it. And they've got a they have a track record of being fantastic. Kit Harington was not in the mix. He's wrapping up right now, and the movie is a couple years away. Kit Harington, I've heard him for Bruce Wayne, actually, and Matt Reeves' Batman.
My only issue with that is Kit Harington hasn't been great in anything else.
I don't think so either. And another thing I have with him being Batman is a different type of physicality that you need to portray. That's the reason for me, Ben Affleck was the best on-screen Batman because of his size, his jaw. I mean, just in the suit, he looked fucking amazing. And like people say, oh, you can put anybody in a fucking suit. No, you can't. You couldn't put Michael Keaton in that suit. You couldn't put Christian Bale in that suit. Even though Christian Bale was a big dude when he did Batman Begins.
I like Michael Keaton Batman, so you just
no.
Play a role on that one a bit.
No, and I was talking to a dude about this online the other day, and I loved Michael Keaton Batman. I thought he was fantastic. Like, I was like, it fucking sucks. Are you fucking Mr. Mom is going to be fucking Bruce Wayne? That's bullshit. And when I seen him, I was like I said, I'm wrong on casting all the time. Like, I'm almost 100%. Like, my ratio is 100%, dude. Like, I'm always wrong on casting. And I loved Michael Keaton as Batman. Times have changed.
Yeah.
Cinematography has changed.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. A 5'8", 140-pound Batman ain't going to fucking work. Ain't going to fly no more. HD, like, ask the chicks, man. The girls that looked fucking fantastic back in the day, HD shows every fucking flaw on your face. So, and it's the same way when you're shooting film. The bigger you are, the more it's going to portray on film. Yeah, they can shoot wide angle. They can do all that to make you look wider and thicker. But somebody like Ben, who, like, I'm 250, so, but I'm not 6'3" either. But, like, me against Ben, I'm going to look bigger than Ben. But you put us on screen and you shoot us the same way, I mean, Ben could look really, really close. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, those times have passed. And that's the reason we're going to need somebody other than Kit Harington, which I love Kit Harington as Jon Snow. Mm-hmm. But, can he do something else? And I just don't think he has the physicality for the role.
Yeah. So you ready to wrap this up? You got to get ready for your partay.
No. No, let's fucking do it all night, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I can keep rolling.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you had a fucking appointment.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago. It's fine. I'll just reschedule.
Dennis.
You made it sound like the show wasn't going to go for very long. So I was like, okay, we'll probably be done like 5:30. Whatever.
Shit, I didn't think it would.
I keep looking at the phone. I'm like, it's 5:30. 5:40, 50. All right, it's 6 o'clock. 6:10.
Send me a text, man.
It's whatever.
Dude, I was going to wrap up like fucking 30 minutes ago, I think.
Well,
I didn't even get to like the other 3 things on our. We didn't talk any comics.
No, we didn't.
For next show.
Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of what happens when people put me on shows. I can just start rambling onto topics, and then it just keeps
rabbit holes.
Just rabbit hole after rabbit hole. Yeah. So
you have a whole show just fucking going down a rabbit hole, dude. And I think that's what we did.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
It was good. I thought it was fun.
And for guys that are watching, like I said, my normal show on Facebook, it's a little more structured than this. This was a lot of fun, though. I love just shooting the shit and just going down the rabbit hole, like tangents and rabbit holes. Thank you, Debo. Appreciate that, man. Thank you guys for joining in on the chat. Dennis, where can guys find you on social media and on Twitch?
So you can find me on Botch Podcast, pretty much any podcatcher. So iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, all that stuff. YouTube, you can find us everywhere as far as that goes. Botchpodcast.com. We're proudly part of the Giant Size Team Up Network. Proudly. You can also check us out on Twitch. I do Twitch streams on Saturday night on twitch.tv/botchpodcast, where I get dressed up in a blazer, nice suit and tie, and with some flowers and some fake candles and some wine, and we play some really ridiculous dating simulators. So
y'all got to check that out, man.
You can still watch it. Just watch the old streams. It's pretty crazy. Last time we played, I played a high school teenage girl trying to find love at a bird high school. So talking to pigeons and stuff like that. But Sunday nights, I stream at FTH Beyond with a bunch of the other Giant Size Team Up Network hosts. We get drunk and play Borderlands 2. And then, but this week, I think we're actually going to be playing Sea of Thieves. Okay. So we're gonna be all pirated up and fucking with each other constantly.
Awesome. I
cannot wait for, because you can't mess with each other in Borderlands, but you can in Sea of Thieves. So I'm going to be having a good time with that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We just hit affiliate on Twitch, and
awesome,
hopefully,
man! Congratulations.
Thank you. And hopefully we'll get Blazing Defender at that too, and then hopefully I'll see Blazing Defender report on Twitch as well as Facebook. So
nice. That's the goal. That's the goal. And like I said, guys, for everybody that was joining the chat today, thank you so much. The live chat is it's like my favorite thing. I love it, especially when you guys talk with each other while me and Dennis are talking about whatever, like you don't give a fuck. So you carry on a conversation till we say something you like. I love it, man. It's like a real conversation, right? Like real people talking. So that's really, really cool. So thank you very much. I'm going to be doing more of this type of stuff with a lot more guest hosts. I don't know who I'll have on next, but like I said, thank you, Dennis, for being on. This was a first time for me on Twitch. We had some issues. That's the reason we didn't get started on time, but we'll figure them out as we go. It's kind of what we do here in the Giant Size Team Up Network. We'll figure it out. But
I got one more thing to say, by the way, Travis.
What's that?
I got one more thing to say, by the way.
Yes.
Anybody in chat, if you could hit that little heart so you can follow the stream and then be alerted anytime Travis goes live, and tell your friends so they can follow too, because part of getting affiliation, Travis needs 50 people to be following him. So if you could do that, that'd be a great help. Also, if you head on over to patreon.com/blazingdefender or Blazing Defender Report, I forget which it is. You should know your own Patreon. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Blazing Defender Report.
Blazing Defender Report. So yeah, patreon.com/Blazing Defender Report. Travis has some really cool stuff on there. I know because I worked with him to get that stuff up there.
Yes. Yes. Him and Phil both really, really helped me get my Patreon up.
And once you're done with all that, if you want to come on over to patreon.com/botchpodcast and subscribe, we got some pretty cool stuff.
And too. Debo is fucking on it. He is fucking on it. Like he's got all the links. Nicole, where you at, man? Like, did you just get replaced, Nicole?
She's probably drinking.
No, she said, I'm not prepared for this. So many links. I'm usually on top of things. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, the other shows don't post 8,000 links typically. So
it's fantastic. Yeah, no, thank you, Debo. Yeah, and thank everybody that was in the chat and contributed to the conversation. That's what this show is going to be, I think. Like I said, my Facebook show is going to be a little bit more structured, but this is just going to be kind of like a discussion. And I like this, man. This was fun, and we're gonna do more of this. So, and if you know anybody that you think might like this show, shoot them a link to the Twitch, shoot them a link to the Facebook page or whatever. And tell them that they might dig this. So I appreciate everything. I had my drinks ready to go, knowing that Travis is writing the short bus to the show. The very short bus, dude. Like, there's only fucking 2 people on that motherfucker, me and the driver, because that's all she can handle. But, Dennis, I really, really appreciate you being on. We're going to have you back on for sure. There's going to be more guests, guys. So, and like Jason said, I do better with the guests, so I guess I'm going to have more guests on the show.
That's because when you're saying a bunch of shit, the guest can stop you and then immediately just tell you you're wrong. Whereas if you're just riffing, nobody can stop you. You just keep going.
Keep going. Yes, exactly. It's actually cool because when I ask you something and you're talking, I can think about what I'm going to say next instead of just having to fucking talk, right?
Yeah.
So very, very cool. Thank you again, guys, and thanks to Dennis for being on, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace out.